light, or do you want to go from a higher light to a lower light?
Higher light to a lower.
And why do you want to start high?
And that way, as you go lower, it might come into focus more versus if you're starting really low and it's not in focus, then it's not going to be in focus when it's up high. Because the light will be shining directly through whatever cells are there.
Yeah. Yeah, so you don't want to wash out the cells. What's another thing that you want to be thinking about when you're focusing? Is he?
The coarse and the what was the other one?
Fine.
Coarse and fine focus.
Yeah. Yeah, so your adjustment knobs, and there's two of them. Bear with me while I learn how to write words in English. So do you want to do the coarse one first or the fine one?
Or I'll do the coarse.
Right.
You use the coarse line, not the coarse line, the coarse focus knob first before you use the fine.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And then what's the last thing? Skylight? No. Anyone? So
Make sure your
it's-
slides in place.
make sure your slides in place. That's definitely something you want to worry about. The objective lenses. So there are these lenses down here.
You want to use like the low stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is correct. So pretty much you want to go low to high on everything except for the lighting, right? You want to do lighting high first. So today we're going to be making some wet mount slides, and I brought in two specimens for us to be observing. We have probiotic yogurt, Yakult, and we have some pond scum straight from the Huck Finn Pond down by the river. So I'm going to be showing you how to prepare these, and then we will look at them under the microscopes and see if we can see anything. Does anyone want to volunteer to come and show us how to make these slides? I'll be walking through it, of course.
You should pick somebody.
Cody.
What? What? Why me? What did I ever do?
I just think that you're going to be really good at it. So, okay. So let's get this camera on so that everyone can see.
This is an egg so far. This is invigorating.
All right. So first we're going to make a wet mount slide of pond scum. So what you're going to do is grab one of these slides here and a syringe.
And the syringe.
Yeah.
Cool. You think the one piece?
Yep.
So close, Cody. So close.
So.
Can everyone see the screen?
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to take the pond scum, unscrew the lid, and you want to take a sample from the very bottom and kind of mix it up a little bit so you get as many cells in there as possible.
I can't really fit my hand down.
Yeah, if you want to just kind of stir it up.
Get it in there.
Yeah, that should be good. Now, I'd say put 2 to 3 drops in the very center of that slide.
Or that's a lot more than that.
That's perfect. So can everyone see about how much liquid's on there? You don't want it to be too juicy. You want it to be just the right amount. And then you grab your cover slip right here, and you want to have just one.
How do you use this?
This is the crux of the situation. Opening
Yeah, how do you,
Come on, Cody, you can do it.
smarter than this? That'd be smarter than the container. Or not.
Don't break it.
Just huck it as hard as I can.
It's childproof.
It is childproof.
the. Here, I'll.
Yeah.
Is that why you can't get it, Cody?
Yeah, basically.
Oh man.
Oh, what?
Come on,
So
Cody.
take just one of those thin cover slips from the very top. So
That's like 4.
yeah,
Those
there you
are
go.
overly stuck.
And then take your pencil. So the way I like to do it is I hold the cover slip at a 45-degree angle to the slide.
Like that.
Yeah. And then I stick the pencil underneath it and rest it on the pencil. And then slowly lower it down by removing the pencil. Yeah. So there shouldn't be any air bubbles in there, right?
No?
How's that look? What do y'all think? Pretty good, right? So then we can take this slide and we can look at it under a microscope. So with the other 2 specimens, we'll be doing the yogurt and we'll be doing cheek cells as well. The difference between the algae in this glass and the yogurt cells and your cheek cells is that these run photosynthesis, right? So they have chloroplasts, which make them green. But the yogurt cells don't have any chloroplasts, so we need to use a dye to stain them. So, does anyone want to volunteer to do the second slide?
Elizabeth does.
Oh,
Yeah.
Iris does.
I would say.
So, let's start out the exact same way. Grab a fresh slide. Right there, in that box. And then, so we'll start out with this dye. It's called methylene blue. And put 1 drop of it onto the very center of the slide. Perfect. So then, can everyone see?
I can't see.
All right. And we don't want to get too much dye on there because, you know, if it seeps out, it can get on the lenses and then everything will look blue. And we don't want everything to look blue, just the cells, right? So grab a popsicle stick and dip it into the yogurt right here. Yeah. And then just kind of smear it around on it. You want it to be about the same size as the cover slip, and kind of use both sides of the popsicle stick on the flat side. Yeah. Yeah. So one of the really common mistakes here would be to put too much dye on. Some people use 2 or 3 or 4 or 6 drops. No, you use the perfect amount. But that's just something to be aware of. And then you can deposit your used popsicle stick onto the paper towel. And then the last step is exactly the same. Grab your cover slip. .45-degree angle and slowly so there's no bubbles. Perfect. So we have a couple of bubbles there. It's pretty good, but if you see that, you can kind of tap it, and sometimes those bubbles will go away, sometimes they won't. Nice job, Iris. All right, last one.
So, if you have bubbles, can you start over again, or do you want to just?
I think we'll probably just use that one. If you have a lot of bubbles, then you can redo it because it doesn't seem to be taking too long. Yeah. All right. Fresh slide. Cool. And then one drop of the methylene blue right in the middle. Perfect. Cool. Can everyone see that? And then, so we're doing cheek cells now, right?
Oh, okay.
So grab one of those popsicle sticks, and I'll do it with you.
Okay.
So we're gonna go into the cheek, up and down 12 times. Okay?
Are you using the flat part of the thing or the side of the popsicle stick?
I use the flat part, and then sometimes I'll flip it over,
Oh.
get both sides of the popsicle.
It's so dry.
And then just kind of rub in that dye, get both sides of the stick on there.
Oh.